Alexa, accept call.
You received a call from an inmate at the Department of Corrections. This call will be recorded and monitored.
Yellow Mellow, how are you? Oh yeah, it has been a little hot lately, but at least it gets you a chance to get out, work on that tan. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, hey, there's nothing wrong with that. Oh, really? Oh my goodness, I've heard about that place. So why are they sending you over there? Okay, oh, well, what do you think about it? Okay, yeah. Well, it's nice to know somebody that's been there. Are you happy with the results? Okay, you think it's going to help at all? Well, that's good. That's a good positive attitude. Rehabilitation centers, I'm not a big fan of them. I think most of your improvements and most of your well-being and most of your mental capacity is based on you. You have the choice to move in the direction that you want rather than letting people guide you. And that's also a choice too, to let people guide you. Yeah, okay. Yeah, and that's a good thing about rehabilitation. It gives you that option. So if you follow the program and you're happy with it, and you make the decisions on your own and you follow through, it could work for you. Just remember, it's all up to you. This is a 100% you. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I agree with you 100% on that. It's just, it's going to be one of those things that's going to require a lot of effort on your part. And you are 24 years old. Usually people, when they get your age, are kind of set in their ways. And I would hate for you to get in there and feel that they're trying to control you or something. And you'll just go back to the ways that you're trying to get away from. Okay. That's a good idea. Just keep remember that. Good. Yeah, I do believe in you, and I think you can do this. And I will say one thing. For a 17-year-old to go into that prison, where she could be easily manipulated by, some bad people, it just doesn't sit right with me. And I think when a person is convicted of a crime that young, they should go to a place with similar aged people, similar sex people, and be treated like a child who made a mistake and needs to learn the right way. You just made a bad choice because that was what you thought was the right thing, because your experience and your knowledge of the world is limited at 17. Oh, yeah, and living on the street does make you grow up fast, but you shouldn't have to. Not in the United States. I really don't see why anybody should miss the childhood. I know like 100 years ago, the war would break out and kids would suddenly be alone in the family with a single parent and have to drop out of school to work to try to get some money in and stuff like that. I could see that. But these days, it's not that bad. We can work around it. Yeah, I know, foster home to foster home. So you did have a rough one, and hopefully
you have 60 seconds remaining.
Hopefully you'll be able to pass that knowledge on to some of the other folks you'll be with in there. But I'm glad you're going over there, and I'm hoping there's going to be an improvement in your situation. And I think you need a chance to connect with your inner self, and this might be it. You're going to stay in contact with me? Okay. Good. Yeah. Oh, definitely. I definitely will do everything I can to help you out. So
you have 30 seconds remaining.
You can count on me, and your family's here for you too. So we're all rooting for you, and we want you to succeed. Never give up. All right. Thanks for the call. You have a wonderful time, and I'll be talking to you later. Don't be a stranger. Write me letters. Send me pictures. Okay, good. Good. And stay in contact when you get over there. That's it. That's all I ask. Okay. Welcome to AQS Inmate Call. I am your host, Joel Wilborn. That was a call from the lovely Melody Vick, a.k.a. Yellow Mellow. She was convicted of murder at 17, and she is now 24, and she just called me to let me know that she's going to a rehabilitation center for children, and she's excited because she's been in that prison for quite a while, and she wants to get away, get a new environment, get a chance to meet some new people. And you know, when you get up in the same area with the same people, with the same routine, I imagine it can get old after a while. You know, not a lot of us get to experience that, so we don't know what it feels like. And for a 17-year-old, it's got to be rough. You know, and after all those years, they decided to send her in there to this children's center. And so, yeah, she's pretty old, but she'll be able to share her experiences with some of these folks. Now, this young lady is based off of a woman that I know who is in a rehabilitation center right now. And I've been approved to do volunteer work at that center and work with the young people up there, the youths, to help them get their lives on track and to find alternatives to crime. And, you know, they're not broken, can't fix them. This is not something that's going to brainwash them. It's a decision they have to make on their own, and I like that. I like the fact that you throw the choices out there, you give the options, and you allow the people to choose it. They chose a life of crime. This is all on them. Maybe because they didn't know about anything else. Maybe because they didn't like the alternatives available to them. I think we would all feel better if we gave every opportunity we possibly could to a person, and then the person chose the life of crime. We could sit there and say we did everything we could, we tried. You chose not to accept any of these. Nothing out here in this world works. It's best that you be locked up. And let's face it, not everybody in prison should be out here with us. There's a lot of folks in there that just can't survive out here. Not because they don't have the ability, it's just that they don't want to. They don't want to accept their lot in life. You know, they want more. And they're reaching for things that just aren't there. And when people are young, looking out at the world, and they get misguided, it could really do some damage in their life, a lot of damage. And I think they deserve, as people that are under our care, they deserve to have the best opportunities possible. You know, if a young lady wants to become a gymnast and all she has is her parents' backyard, you know, her true ability isn't really going to shine through. But if a scout was able to come across her and set her up in a professional training area where she has all of the equipment available to her and the right trainers, then her true potential could come out, and she could go for the Olympics. She could be a great champion. So we want to be able to give people the opportunity. And some people will get that opportunity and they'll look at it and they'll try it and it just won't work for them. They'll try something else. This is America. This is where it should be. This is an easy fix to this life of crime. There's billions of people throughout history have lived their entire life, and I'm not going to say it was crime-free, but they've lived their entire life staying out of trouble. And it's because they took advantage of the opportunities around them in a positive way. Maybe they had some good mentors. Maybe they decided that they wanted a challenge, and they challenged themselves. It could be thousands of different reasons. The main thing that we're looking for is that the people are allowed to make a decision on their own with all possibilities. I'd hate for somebody to be sitting in prison for life and think if I'd only known about that, I probably would have gone in that direction instead of the other direction. There's a lot of them, too, that commit crimes because it just kind of was thrust upon them. A person could be sitting in a house and hear a noise and go downstairs and think there's an intruder and wind up killing a friend or something, and get convicted of manslaughter and go to prison and think, I didn't want to kill my friend. I didn't know he saw the door open and came in. And, there's things like that. It's kind of hard to get away from. But a lot of people, when they're trained in using a weapon or trained in law enforcement or something, they know to kind of change the situation. If you hear a noise, you walk downstairs, you turn on lights, or you holler out. And some of us say, if a person's sneaking in there, they're going to run away. But your main thing is to protect your family. That's why you're there. And you don't want to fire a weapon unless you absolutely have to. If you get up in the middle of the night because there's a noise and you're walking downstairs and then suddenly there's a bullet flies through your shoulder, then that's not an accident. And then you will have to know how to take cover and how to aim and how to look around and how to use flashlights or how to use your pets or the family members or something. So there's all kinds of things out there that can help us to prevent crimes. And I think the biggest thing is just the knowledge. Know what your alternatives are. Know all of them. Constantly be aware of your surroundings. Constantly keeping yourself trained and up to date. And if you're head of a family, or even if you're just a member of the family, try to do some drills. What would you do if somebody broke into the house? What would you do if you lost your job or if people were harassing you? How would you handle a situation where your friend was kidnapped? And sometimes there's shows and documentaries and stuff you can watch. I just think educating people will help us to prevent some of these crimes. It's not going to be a 100% fix. Never will be. There will always be crime. I just don't think we should lock people up for long periods of time. I would rather have people out here working, making money, paying taxes, supporting their family, contributing to the education of the young, mentoring. I'd rather have that than just to lock a person away. It's like, when you see a young person, a person that's preteen, maybe an 8-year-old child gets killed, and you think of all of the possibilities that could have happened if this child had lived. That's the same thing with a person who's locked away in prison. If this person was in a different situation, what could have been done? Would this person have become a doctor? Would this person have discovered the cure for cancer? Would this person be the first member of a leadership group or something in there, maybe a gay or lesbian or Hispanic, Asian American or something that could be the first and could be leading people to fight for something. There's just so much that could be done with a person being out here. And plus, also, when you think about doing things in groups, if you have a small community and you have a volunteer fire department and only 8 people are in the fire department, but there's 4 people in prison who would have gladly have signed up for that. And so you're thinking, these people are locked up when we could use them out here as a firefighter. I just believe in people. I know people aren't born with this ability to want to do bad things in life, want to cause pain. I think they're just resorting to a survival tactic. And we can't hold that against them. So if we can work with people who want to do good and who want to help the public, but they feel that they're caught up in something, then we owe it to ourselves and to them to change the system. If things don't work, change it. Find what does. And it's not the same for everybody. And I think that's a problem that a lot of us are having. We just think there's one fix for everything. And there's not. So I'm hoping that when I do some volunteer work with these young folks, they'll ask questions. I've seen a lot, experienced a lot. I haven't been in their shoes, but I know people who have. And I've seen good things come, and I've seen bad things come. And if they know both sides, they'll probably make the decision that makes them happy. And that could make them more productive in their community, with their family and friends, and with their neighbors. Don't know till you try. So let's find other ways to work with folks who commit crimes and get convicted to prison. Let's not just let them sit in there and waste away. Let's give them an opportunity to make the right decision, the one that benefits them and the one that benefits their family, their friends, all the people who love them. Let's give them that opportunity. I think everybody deserves that. So that's my 2 cents. Thanks for tuning in. Go out and have yourself a wonderful day and make fantastic memories for tomorrow.